square one, right? Kind of implementing that spacing idea, right? And just ingraining, you know, I think what happens a lot of time is, so let's go corner, corner. We're going to this side basket here. We've got the full line. So corner, corner, wing, wing. I need those 4 spots filled. We'll start with 4, we'll build it out to 5. All the way outside that subtle 3 line there, Mikey. You know, the biggest thing is spacing, right? After the initial action, whatever that may be, right, the chaos usually occurs. Things break down, right? It's chaos. That's basketball. It's organized chaos. So just ingraining to them principles of spacing, right? A lot of times we'll see a guy drive into the paint, collapse the defense, spray it out, right? And we kind of assume he's going to shoot it. And then what happens? We just stand in here, we're clogging up the paint. So ingraining into them that relocation, filling the spacing boxes so that when I do drive in here, right, I know exactly where somebody's going to be. I know exactly where somebody's going to be, and then building that out into actions, right? Then we do it with actions. Then, so we'll kind of go through that progression of installing offense. So the first thing I need, guys, you start with it, all right? Drive, kick, swing, all right? So any of you can drive it. So let's start with you. You're going to do a slot drive, right? You got to get to the paint. You're going to score, boom, spray it out, okay? Freeze. So that's our drive, that's our kick, okay? Now, our 4 spacing spots, corner, corner, wing, wing. Typically, we would have these spacing boxes, right? We'd have a box in each corner, and then on each wing, I call it kind of the high quadrant, because I like to teach guys to step into these catches with momentum, whether they're gonna shoot it, or whether they're gonna kind of catch and stampede into the paint with some momentum, attacking that closeout, right? So you drove it in, very good, right? You relocated, you spaced out, you filled that next spot. Easy enough, pretty simple, right? Okay? So if you don't shoot the basketball, okay, drive, kick, you're gonna swing it, make that extra pass. The one more concept, right? The other thing is, right, he just drove it in here. He drew the low man over, right? You don't want to drive it right back now to where the crowd is, right? So no double drives, kind of installing that, instilling that idea of no double drives, driving it right back to where the ball came from, okay? So you got it, right? Drive to the paint, go to score, right? Drive, kick, stay there, right? No shot, swing, boom. Fill up, okay? You guys got the idea, let's get to it. Right, let's go with some speed now. Drive, kick, swing, drive, kick, swing. Find the spacing box. Yep. All right, freeze, okay? So I'm gonna be picky with you guys, right? So I know these lines are a little subtle, okay? But err on the side of more space, right? If you're going to that corner, right, get to the corner. Don't be 2 feet inside of it. If you're on the wing, right, give yourself a buffer so that you can step into that thing, okay? So a little more detail with your positioning, right? Drive this thing hard to score, get your head under the basket, kick it, all right? Let's go a little full go. Go. Drive, kick, swing, good. All right? Good, keep going. Yep. Beautiful, freeze. Easy enough, right? Pretty easy to understand. Okay, the next part of it is, Hudson, come on in, buddy. Okay, so again, I'm kind of going through this with the 5-out offense in mind, right? You've seen, obviously, it's popular in the NBA. You've seen it trickle down and get pretty effective at the college level. Alabama, really good at it. Charlie Henry was an NBA guy that did a nice job, made it work for Alabama. You saw last year, last couple years, Ryan Pannone, who's now the head coach at Arkansas State, was able to figure it out at the college level. So I think you'll kind of continue to see the 5-out stuff trickle down. So the next thing, right? A little higher up here, buddy. Okay, so now we can kind of ingrain our triggers, right? So I call them triggers, and it is our actions, right? So a drag screen, okay? But we're not training them to think of them as set actions or plays. We're just playing basketball, right? So, hey, if I'm a handler and I'm bringing it down and my 5-man's trailing while the defense is still getting loaded, what's an obvious, good action we can use? It will come flow right into the drag screen while the defense isn't loaded yet, right? We'll create an advantage that way, okay? So boom, use the drag screen, right? Hudson, roll. Keep it though, keep it for now, okay? So when you roll, right, after that you're playing, I call it the dunker, some people may call it the short corner, right? You're playing flat, but to the baseline, right? Ready to get these dump offs after your guy might help up on a drive. So you're always opposite the ball. So if the ball's there, you're in that dunker, right? So you want to always try to get opposite of the ball, okay? All right, and then it's, you drive it in there, you don't have anything, right? You kick it out. Probably, usually gonna spray it opposite because the help will come from the opposite side. That's okay. Okay, so spray out, right? Drive, kick, swing. Hold up. Drive, kick, swing, what we just did, right? So start over. So now you're just into that same idea of what we just did, right? We drive it in, right? Obviously we're reading the pick and roll, but we don't have anything. We spray it out, lift up, relocate, fill those spots, right? Drive, kick, swing, off of the drag. That's all we're doing, okay? Come on back, Hudson. You guys understand? Okay, so after the action, we're just playing the drive, kick, swing. All right, here we go. Yep, good. Roll, play opposite, get to the paint, yep. Spray, good. Drive, hold up, TJ. What did we say earlier? Okay, he just drew in here, right? You got 5 bodies. You got him, his defender, you got the handler, his defender. You're not gonna be able to drive it in here, right? So that's that swing. Drive, kick, swing, same idea. Drive, kick, swing. All right, let's try it again. You good? You got me, T? Okay, here we go. Reset. Okay, drag into our drive, kick, swing. Here we go. Yup. Boom. Good. Space, Mikey. All right, hold up. That's all right. Come back. New for you guys. It's okay. Right? So remember, just think of it this way. I drive, I spray, okay? Where's the open spot? Where's the open spacing box? Opposite usually, right? But that's basketball, right? That's basketball. You're gonna end up with an unbalanced side. We'll talk about that later, right? Let's do it one more time. Here we go. Drive, drag, yup, get to the paint. Good, kick, swing, respace, boom, drive, kick, swing, boom, right? All right, somebody shoot it. Get a bucket, TJ. All right, easy enough, okay? So again, doesn't matter what action, what trigger, right? So triggers would be drag, I call it touch, where, let me see Hudson. Let me see it, Hudson. Okay, so instead of any time where a ball screen can naturally occur, right? Instead of over dribbling, I like to just teach, get the ball out of your hands. Get the ball out of your hands, get it back, or go screen away. You still create the same advantages. Your offense just feels better, the energy's better, and you create more confusion, right? If I keep this basketball and Hudson's coming to screen, right, usually it's like, hey, we're hedge, we're in drop, we're switching, right? If I throw it now, okay, boom, now it kind of creates some indecision on the defense, right? Is this a pick and roll? Is this a handoff coverage? So you do kind of create some confusion by just getting the ball out of your hands, getting it back, roll Hudson. Now we've created the same opportunity or advantage that we would with a ball screen, but we might give ourselves a better chance by just playing that throw and chase, okay? So triggers, drags, I call it playing touch, where I get it out of my hands, follow, or if I don't like it, I could go split screen. Another one would be away, right? So an away screen, right? So Mikey, if you're handling, right, we could say away, right? So you two go get TJ, go set a double screen. Yep, you could set that one, right? Let's just say we go here, boom, come off. Let's say you don't have anything, catch it high, right? Hudson, exactly, roll, you fill that box, right? That's our action. And now if we don't get a clear angle to the basket or a clear read, it turns into, our organic principles, right? We're attacking that paint. We know I got my corners filled, so if I need to spray it out, they're gonna be there. And then you're also instilling that one more mentality where if I'm turning down an okay one to make that extra pass while the defense is in the blender to get a great one, okay? So let's try one more action and we'll move on, okay? So let's go away, right? Let's just do the single away for my man here, right? So you handle, bring it down like you did. We'll go away. Yep, boom, hit him. Play from there, and then it's just drive, kick, swing. Drive, kick, swing. Yep, that's fine, fill up. Drive. Good, space, Mikey, kick, swing, okay? Right, boom. All All right, get a bucket. Okay? So that's the idea with that. And I kind of sort of like to, you know, I start every